as he wake up. A quiet moment, a hand taps a surface. Tap. Su-min, mumbling. Mem. A sudden, violent awakening. Su-min jolts upright. Su-min. Ah! Spring. A voice calls from nearby. A shadowy figure Pred. The dragon lingers in a reduced, perhaps humanoid, or parasitic form. Pred. Yo, freeloader, you there? Su-min glares, irritable and exhausted. Su-min. What is it, food? Make it quick. I need to finish vomiting in your entrails. Pred examines a device or crystal, speaking with mocking amusement. Pred. Good that this thing made it in one piece. Pred grins maliciously. Pred. Portal sickness, Hope you get digested in there, you dirty parasite. Pred gestures crudely. Pred. You sure you can handle that? The size of your dump will be legend. Su-min cuts Pred off, looking nauseated. Su-min. Shut it before I throw up. Scan. Su-min looks around, uncertain. Su-min. We're back on Earth, right? Pred gestures dismissively. Pred. Don't you recognize your own home? Su-min frowns. Su-min. Hey, Earth has so many different places. Pred. Su-min concentrates, sensing the environment. Su-min, of mana. It feels similar to the one inside the gate. Su-min looks at Pred. Su-min. Maybe we're in it. Pred sniffs disdainfully. Pred. Food. You smell like a weakling. Shu-min. Pred realizes something. Alarmed. Pred. What the heck's happening? Wait. Don't tell me. Pred sneers, disappointed. Pred. Has your power been fake all along? How disappointing. Su-min reacts with frustration. Su-min. This again. Pred. Again? Su-min explains. Their expression. Serious. Su-min. Side effect of dimensional travel. Su-min recalls. Su-min. A similar thing happened to me 100 years ago. My stats plummeted when I got transferred from Earth to there. Su-min assesses themselves. Su-min. My power is at about 15%. No, 20% of my usual. Pred is outraged. Pred, 20%? Seriously? You'd better get your power back before I leave. Su-min frowns, their expression dark. Frown. Su-min. It's not that simple. Su-min recalls the past with weariness. Su-min. I remember it took me decades to regain all of my power before. Pred panics. Pred. Decades? That's it. I'm finding me a new host. I should revoke our contract. Pred sneers. Pred. You won't be using my awesome abilities, much with your mana dried up like that. Su-min walks forward, determined. The hunter trails behind, awestruck. Su-min. Can still use some of them though. A distant, joyful shout echoes. Voice off panel. Ah-ya, aha. A final shot of the Tower of Tutorials looming ahead. Su-min's silhouette stands before it. Small, but unyielding. Su-min pants. Alone now, anxiety creeping in. Su-min. This is the worst. I got separated from my colleagues because I ran without thinking. Pont. Su-min looks up, concerned. Su-min. I hope they're all okay. Anyway. A chaotic scene. Hunters flee from a monstrous orc. Hunter Yedin. Ah. Sai-o-nai. Hunter 2. Why is there an orc on a lower level? A hunter is cornered, crying for help. Hunter. Help. Tap. The hunter screams. Hunter. Trip. A silent panel. A shadow falls over the scene. Su-min appears, casual and unconcerned. Su-min. Hey there. Mind if I ask you something? The hunter stares in pure terror. Terror. Su-min leans in, asking plainly. Su-min. Is this Earth? The hunter stammers. Hunter. What? Hunter. Why yes? Su-min continues the interrogation. Su-min. We're in South Korea, right? The hunter nods frantically. Hunter. Huh. Why yep. That is. Correct. Su-min asks again. Su-min. What year is this? The hunter answers, still in shock. Hunter. 2037. The hunter's inner thoughts race. Hunter thought, did he just kill that orc in one hit? Su-min processes the information. Su-min, do 00T020, A. Su-min, mama. Su-min counts on their fingers. Su-min, let's see. I was teleported to another dimension in 2027. A realization dawns. Su-min, which means 10 years have passed here, while I spent 100 years in the demon world. Su-min asks with sudden interest. And, Su-min, who's the current president? The hunter answers hesitantly. Hunter, Daezu, Choi. Su-min reacts with disbelief. Su-min, that one-eyed muscle chunk on 2 legs is a president now? The hunter stares, utterly confused. Hunter thought, who is this guy? Is he serious, or is he just role-playing? Su-min smirks bitterly. Su-min, that bastard, so he's climbed up all the way. Scoff. Su-min muzzes aloud. Su-min, Numbi, is Korea suffering from a severe shortage of capable hunters now? The hunter is bewildered. Oh, hunter? Hunter thought. Is he playing as a hero who traveled through time or something? Soo-min notices something off. Soo-min, by the way, I've noticed that the mana flow here is weird. Soo-min looks around. Soo-min, are we inside the gate? The hunter blurts out. Hunter, we're inside the Tower of Tutorials. The hunter explains rapidly. If you had. Hunter, yes, it's a tower that appeared out of the air a few years ago. Hunter, it serves as the first hurdle for aspiring hunters, because they need to pass it to awaken their abilities and gain skills. Hunter, everyone aim to speedrun this place to get a high-ranking ability. Become good guilds here, people with higher ability ranks. Soo-min shrugs, unimpressed. Soo-min, really? Back in my day, we didn't need to go through all this to awaken. The hunter clarifies. You, too. That only applies to the one-state generation hunters. Soo-min stretches casually. Stretch. Soo-min cuts to the point. Soo-min, so what you're saying is, we have to clear this tower to get out, right? Soo-min, how long does it usually take to exit this place? The hunter answers matter-of-factly. Hunter, about 8 weeks on average, and 6, if you're good. Hunter, the fastest record is 3 weeks by Jiwon Ryu, the Genius 2 ND generation hunter. Soo-min spins a weapon idly. Spin. Soo-min murmurs. Soo-min, 3 weeks, huh? A subtle, ominous shift in the environment. Kutle. Soo-min. Soo-min stomps the ground, alert. Stomp. Hunter? A massive monster Trolliger emerges. Hunter, terrified. Trolliger? Here? The hunter whispers in fear. Hunter, should run. Soo-min takes a step forward, unshaken. Step. Soo-min speaks with quiet resolve. Soo-min, 3 weeks, is far too long. Soo-min assesses their own condition. Soo-min, but then again, my mana flow and movement are impaired as a side effect of dimensional travel. Pred's voice echoes mockingly. Pred, but we gotta run, Tam. Use you instead to run whenever you want a trolling tool. Soo-min sighs. Soo-min, guess I have no choice but to take it slow. A distant scream. Hunter, K-ya-ah. Chaos erupts. The Trolliger rampages. Quimmer, squid. A title card appears. A time estimate. Caption. 5 days. Soo-min stands before the fallen Trolliger. Expression calm. Soo-min, that should be enough. A new scene. A guild headquarters. A report is delivered. Guild officer, we've received a report that a group returned from the Tower of Tutorials. A silhouette is shown. Title. Sayun-min, Guildmaster of Imperium. Guildmaster Sejun-min comments casually. Sejun, are they the group that entered the tower 8 weeks ago? Not bad, I'd say. The officer hesitates. Officer, but one of them wasn't a starting member. Halt. The officer checks a registry. Officer, is this person from a different class year? Pause. Officer, he's not in the entrant registry. Sejun's expression sharpens. Sejun, additionally, he seems to be wreaking havoc. Slide. Surprised. Soo-min looks back at someone following them, perhaps, the hunter from the tower. Soo-min, brother? Soo-min sighs, half amused. Soo-min, you planning on following me forever?